Okay. In class, we talked about risk tolerance questionnaires. It's basically a piece of paper that we give our clients during the first few meetings, just so that we can have a rough idea of what kind of client we're dealing with. And then once we have the results from that risk tolerance questionnaire, we can decide on what investments to put our clients in, rather 100% stocks or some combination of stocks and bonds. The problem I have with this is that I don't think giving a piece of paper to someone uh, would be a proper way of gauging their risk tolerance. It's like going to a doctor and the doctor hands you a piece of paper saying, how do you feel today on a scale of 1 to 10? That kind of stuff. So I think a more practical approach would be to play a simulation or a game, or need be real life experiences, such as the recent market corrections. I know a lot of friends that found out their real risk tolerance after the small correction that we had October. So I borrowed some ideas from Shahar Karif. He is an economics professor at UC Berkeley. I had the opportunity to meet with him in some of the FBA conferences that I went to, and I like his ideas. So he talked about three types of aversion, and aversion is your dislike towards something. So there is risk aversion, your dislike towards risk; loss aversion, your dislike towards losing money; and ambiguity aversion, which is your dislike towards uncertainty. To gauge these levels of aversion, he suggested a simulation or a game. Let's play the first game. I offer you two choices: a fixed amount, or we do a coin flip. Now you can take the fixed amount and walk away, or you can do a coin flip and have a 50-50 chance of getting more than the fixed amount. Based on the dollar amounts that you choose, that will determine your risk aversion. Now, second is loss aversion. It's just the flip side of the game. Now you get to choose a fixed amount that you pay me to not play this game, or you do a coin flip, and if you are wrong, you pay more than whatever the fixed amount is. The dollar amount will show your level of loss aversion, your dislike towards taking losses. Now, most people are loss averse. That's because the pain of losing $100 is more intense to most people than the pleasure of gaining $100. Lastly, we have ambiguity aversion. Ambiguity is uncertainty. So this gauges your level of dislike towards uncertainty, which we all have, and we often get confused with risk. For me, risk is something that has probabilities. If I play a card game and you have a normal deck of cards, you tell me to draw out an ace, I know the exact probability of drawing out an ace is 4 over 52. And with that, I can make educated decisions on what type of bets to go for and what not to. However, ambiguity is different. It not only is risky but uncertain, and that's what most people are not comfortable with. Let's say we play the game, and you have two choices. Again, you have a fixed amount, or you can draw a number from a box, and this number will be the number that you get, the amount that you get. It can be from 1 cent to infinity. How much are you willing to settle for without drawing whatever's in the box? And that will determine your level of ambiguity aversion. Now, bringing this back into financial markets, finance professionals define risk mostly as uncertainty. I think that's a rather inaccurate definition, because investing in the stock market, contrary to popular belief, is not risky. If you have seen, actually go to Yahoo right now, you can look it up, charts for the S&P 500 or the KLSE, and you set the time frame on the charts to max. You will see that if you have put investor money on the first day and have not sold during that time frame, you would have made money. Now, the uncertainty is that how much money you will make, I don't know. But I can assure you that you won't lose money if you hold it throughout that period. And that's the misconception that most people have. Stock market investing is not risky, it's uncertain. And therefore, I hope that this little video talk by talking about all these type of aversions and the definition of risk would be helpful to you in defining what type of investor you are, how willing you are to take risks, how willing you are to take losses, how willing you are to accept the uncertainty in the stock market, and how you should use this knowledge to set your portfolio in a certain way to help you reach your goals. That is all from me. I hope this video brought you value, and again, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to ask. Thank you.